Mr. President, very distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the fourth order of the day is the presentation and consideration of the report of the Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions on the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 SB 277. Distinguished senators will recall that the bill was referred to the committee on Thursday, 29 February 2024. Mr. President, you may wish to invite distinguished Senator Adetokunbo Abiru Mikael, Chairman of the committee, to move the motion for the presentation and consideration of the report.
Chairman, Committee on Banking, Senator Adetokunbo Abiru.
Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Adetokunbo Abiru, and I represent Lagos East Senatorial District. I rise to move that the Senate do receive and consider the committee report of the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions on a bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act number 33 of 2023 to make the corporation more effective, ensure its independence and autonomy in line with Section 1, Subsection 3 of the Principal Act, and to bring it in line with current realities and best practices, and for other related matters, SB 277. I so move, Mr. President.
Senator Suleiman Sadiq, you may second the motion.
I am Sadiq Suleiman Umar. I represent the good and decent people of Kwara North, and who are. Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the Senate do receive and consider the report of the Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions on Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation NDIC Act, Repeal and Enactment Bill 2024 SB 277. I so move, Mr. President.
Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. You may proceed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President, and my distinguished colleagues. My name is Senator Adetokunbo Abiru, and I represent Lagos East Senatorial District. It will be recalled that the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, at its sitting on Thursday, 29th February 2024, read for the second time the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Act 2023 Amendment Act 2024 SB 277 and referred same to the Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions for further legislative action. The bill is sponsored by my humble self, Senator Mikael Adetokunbo Abiru, Lagos East, and all the members of the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions. On page 1, note 2, the methodology that was adopted is clearly stated. A public hearing was conducted, and of course, we also consulted very widely with stakeholders on the justifications and merit of the proposed bill. And of course, several memoranda were received and they were reviewed. On page 2, note 3, the objectives of the bill are properly stated. The bill basically seeks to amend the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Act number 33 of 2023 to make the corporation more effective, safeguard its independence and autonomy, and to bring it in line with current realities and best practices. The Nigerian Deposit Insurance Bill 2024 is thus a critical piece of legislation aimed at strengthening the Nigerian financial system. The proposed amendments will enhance the NDIC's capacity to safeguard depositors, ensure the stability of the financial institutions, and promote trust in the banking system. The objectives of the bill, therefore, and the amendments being proposed are as follows. 1, to lay to rest once and for all the claims that the bill that was assented to by the former president was materially different from what was passed by the 9th National Assembly. 2, to further empower the corporation by guaranteeing its independence in performing its statutory functions in line with Section 1, Subsection 3 of the Principal Act. 3, the Principal Act also curiously restricts the powers of the President of the Federal Republic in appointing the Managing Director and Executive Directors, and provides that they are to be persons recommended by the CBN Governor. The bill seeks to amend the provision to bring it in line with and in consonance with Mr. President's power of appointment as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. Fourthly, the provisions of the Principal Act, which makes the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Finance, the chairman of the board, is also being reviewed. This is because of the workload and busy schedule of that office is such that such appointments are untenable. And lastly, the importance of the need for the Minister of Finance to constitute an interim management committee for the corporation within 30 days after the expiration or termination of the tenure of the board is also introduced in the bill. This is to forestall the recent situation where the corporation faces challenges in its operations as a result of the absence of a board. On page 5, we have the legislative summary, note 6. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is noteworthy to state that after the public hearing, the committee painstakingly analyzed the presentations made at the public hearing by some key stakeholders who are the principal actors in the financial sector. Chief amongst them are the Ministry of Finance, the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, the CBN, the National Insurance Commission, Securities and Exchange Commission, and other government agencies and the general public. Accordingly, the committee consulted widely and thereafter considered it necessary to incorporate the views and opinion of all the relevant stakeholders. On the whole, the inputs made on the proposed bill as recommended by the committee for the approval of the Senate will go a long way in strengthening the existing legal framework for deposit insurance. Recommendations. That's on page 6, note 7. The Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance, and Other Financial Institutions, to which the bill was referred, haven't favorably considered same, which reflect the majority of the memoranda and submissions received from stakeholders and the general public during the public hearing, and are in the attached reports, and recommends as follows: that the Senate do consider and pass the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Act Amendment Bill 2024 SB 277. Finally, we wish to use this opportunity to thank the President of the Senate and our distinguished colleagues for the opportunity to serve in this capacity, and so respectfully recommend the passage of this bill to the Senate. We so move, Mr. President and my distinguished colleagues. Thank you.
The Chief Whip.